Prepares for the general election in November. Joining us now on the big screen, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio. We appreciate your time today. You got the big primary election behind you, now focusing on Patrick Murphy. How do you focus on that course for the big election in November?
Well, there's a clear contrast in this election. Patrick Murphy, unfortunately, is a phony. People are about to find that out. I mean, he's lied about his resume. He's a habitual exaggerator of his resume, whether claiming to have a dual degree from the University of Miami or being a CPA that he's never been, never worked as a CPA, small business owner. He wasn't a small business owner, and he would never had a single contract to clean up the Gulf. And why does someone lie about their resume like Patrick Murphy has? Because he's a failure in Congress. He's been there for 4 years and has achieved virtually nothing. Nothing he can achievement, and now he wants to be the U.S. Senator from Florida. And that's not going to happen. So as voters begin to focus on that and that contrast, I feel very optimistic about the choice they're going to make.
You've challenged him to do 6 televised debates. Why do you think that's so important?
Deserve to see those differences. The interesting thing about Patrick Murphy is he always does this. In his first congressional race, in his second congressional race, in his primary, every time he finds excuses for why he can't do more debates. And I think part of it is because he doesn't want to be in a setting where he's asked these difficult questions like, what have you done? You've been in Congress for 4 years. You say you're so hardworking. What exactly have you achieved? He doesn't want to answer that question because he doesn't have an answer for it. So what he hopes he can do is do some well-orchestrated press conferences and have a bunch of money that his family and special interests give him so he can run TV commercials. This is too important a seat. He's going to have to debate, or voters are going to take that into account.
Now, Patrick Murphy has challenged you, asking you, will you commit to serve a 6-year term? Is that something you're ready to commit to?
But when you run for the Senate, that's exactly what you've done. I want to be in the U.S. Senate. I intend to be there for 6 years. The only thing I've said is no one can predict what's going to happen in any of our lives in 4 or 5 years. But I'm running for the Senate to be a senator and to do the work for the state. And it is a 6-year term, and I look forward to that. And I don't have any plans to run for anything else, nor have I ever said I do.
Finally, Senator, you said you are running for this Senate seat. It is a 6-year term, but of course the question still looms. Do you have plans or goals to pursue the White House once again at some point?
No, I plan to be a U.S. Senator. That's what I'm running for. If I wanted to run for president, I didn't have to run for re-election. I could have run again in 4 or 8 years. In fact, from a political perspective, running for re-election, if you want to run for president in 4 years, wouldn't have made a lot of sense. I'm running for the U.S. Senate. I intend to be in the U.S. Senate. I look forward to being in the U.S. Senate so we can build on our record of achievement. I look forward to sharing with the people of Florida all the things I've been able to do working hard on their behalf. The VA Accountability Act, the Act, the Girls Count Act that takes on human trafficking, sanctions against Hezbollah, sanctions against the Maduro regime in Venezuela. Those are laws I've passed in the last 5 years. What has Patrick Murphy done? He's done nothing, and that's why he doesn't want to have a debate.
All right, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, thanks for your time.
Thank you.